Hi, thank you for dropping by. This video isn't going to have a fancy introduction or anything. It's going to be pretty raw and honest, so I do have notes like always because I have terrible brain fog. It's hard to get anything up and running with a chronic illness, honestly, and a YouTube channel is no different. In a perfect world, this video would have gone up last week. Unfortunately, with an infection, a flare, emotional overload, and school, there was no time. All my free time was dedicated to resting, crying, and attempting to train with Abby, my service dog. Many of you know that Chronically Jaquie passed away April 29th due to chronic illness complications. She was admitted to the hospital for about 15 days where she struggled greatly, what I had seen from her videos, with her mast cell activation syndrome, which I also have. Additionally, she was battling an infection and several flare-ups. In the hospital, her and her loving husband, Judd, signed the papers to become homeowners, which, if you've been following her, I'm sure you already know. To those in the chronic illness community and her YouTube subscribers, her death came as a total and sudden shock. Last we had heard, she was making some progress and working towards discharge from the hospital. A lot of the details leading up to her passing away are unclear at the moment. I'm going to link Izzy's video, which is one of Jackie's best friends and YouTube channel, and she talks a little bit about her death. So it might be helpful or hopefully comforting for some of you. Judd had left a note on the Patreon's page, I hope I'm saying that right, to let them know what had happened first. This post is now public knowledge, whether it was meant to be that way or not, it now is. So I'm just going to share a little bit of what it had in there. Basically, it said her lower intestines had herniated and wrapped themselves around her feeding tube. This caused her intestines to lose blood flow and die, which in turn caused her death. By the time the problem was identified, it was too late to do surgery. Judd did say there will likely be a YouTube video to follow, but it's unknown when, which is completely understandable. First, I want to point out that Jackie did not lose her battle with chronic illness. Chronic illness doesn't have the last say. It doesn't deserve victory, and I don't think that she'd want us to look at it that way either. The Lord simply called her home, a lot sooner than the world expected or we were ready for. It's not supposed to be this way. Her death has devastated so many people. I've cried every single day since her passing. She was such an amazing advocate for chronic illness and service dogs. She taught us so many valuable lessons. She made us feel less alone in the chronic illness journey. She was a friend to all of us. She made a positive impact beyond words in countless lives. I feel there are a lot of questions for the chronic illness community. A couple, though, really stand out to me. Why Jackie and why not me is the first. And I'm not saying this from a place that comes from depression, that I want to die, but a place that I don't understand fully why it happened to her. And I don't think that there's a really good answer for this question, or one that brings comfort at all in this moment. I have at least 4 of the same illnesses as Jackie. I'm on IV fluids like she was, and I have a service dog. So her death has been so much harder than anybody else's death that I've known from chronic illness. The second question, big question, is how do we move forward in the chronic illness community after losing somebody like this, such a devastating loss? One day at a time, committing ourselves to living as the best version of ourselves in our current situation. We each need to find a small way to honor Jackie as often as possible. This is going to look different for each of us. Personally, I'm focusing on advocacy, putting more time into this channel. I also think we need to connect more with others, reminding them that they aren't alone in the chronic illness battle. because many of us feel so isolated often. Be transparent that, yeah, chronic illness is hard. Some days feel impossible. Some days we feel hopeless. But we will keep moving forward. Jaquie, you will be forever missed and forever loved. You have made a lasting impact in our lives for which we are eternally thankful for. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you for all that you've done. Please leave your favorite memory of Jaquie in the comments or something that you've learned from her. I'm also going to leave a link where you can leave wishes and condolences for her family. I hope you have a lovely day.